election is also very, very important for us in government. We cannot be in opposition again. If you are opposing something that is good, you know. But you can't be opposing something that is bad. So this election is ours to lose. Because I don't see any other person in the horizon. People who say they are obedient, of course, let them be, but they will run out of steam. We know how to manage elections. How many people have been able to do what we are doing? They can't even form their campaign council, not to talk about having a timetable for elections.
You're welcome to the Nigerian Man channel, and it's a pleasure to have you here on this channel today. And I want to say thank you for those of you who have been stopping by to check out the content on this channel. And if you are a first timer, I want to say welcome and hope you have a wonderful time as you watch my videos. Today's episode is dedicated to the forthcoming state elections, as well as Dele Alake's statement on Peter Obi. The state elections has heated up because of the outcome of the presidential elections. Like we know, it is obvious that the presidential elections, the results that came was not a reflection of what happened on the ground to a very large extent. And so that has now motivated a lot of Nigerians to say that it is time for the APC to have a bite of their own cake. And so many Nigerians, even those who were not out during the presidential elections, are now saying they will be fully out. I want to say that if you are saying that you will not vote because of the outcome, because you feel disappointed at the outcome of the presidential elections, you are making a big mistake, because that's exactly what the APC, that's exactly what they want. And so I want to challenge you. Like, you know, I was part of the presidential elections. I went to vote in Nigeria, and so did many other Nigerians in diaspora. So if I and others could make such a sacrifice, you that are still on the ground, you have no excuse. Please, I am pleading, because if we want to change Nigeria, this is part of the process. It is not going to be easy. Those who have been used to the dirty politics they've been playing over the years, they are not going to give up easily. But we also, who are seeking for a change, we must also not give up. So my challenge to you is to go out on this coming Saturday, since the election was postponed from last Saturday to the coming one because of the so-called reconfiguration of the beavers machine by the INEC. Go out and vote, because right now, those who said the supporters of Obi will run out of steam, they are now running helter-skelter. Those who said that they own Lagos, they are now running helter-skelter, and so also in many other states. I remember Obaseki's popular statement that the Obi supporters, those who are supporting and wanting to vote for Peter Obi, they will soon run out of steam. Well, he made a terrible mistake, because he seriously underestimated the desire of Nigerians for a new Nigeria. He seriously underestimated the level of energy of the youth and those who are seeking change for Nigeria. He seriously underestimated them. And it is surprising, because one does not need a pollster to tell us what is going to happen, for you to see the desire in the hearts of Nigerians. So that was why I was surprised to hear this kind of statement coming from Obaseki and his cronies. But I was in Benin City And on one of the Sundays, I was opportune to be ministering in a church. And during the service, Obaseki sent, I think, a group of 2 or 3 people to the church where I was ministering, trying to invite that particular pastor. But he gave me the note that they wrote. I read it. And on that particular Sunday, or the Saturday before, 1,000 pastors were at the government house in Benin City. And I want to say that sadly, some pastors have compromised because of the paltry sum, because of filthy lucre that they have gotten from the political class. They have traded their position as those who are supposed to carry the light for the society to see. Many have traded that position, that divine place of pointing the society towards God and his values. They have traded it because of filthy lucre. But I'm very happy. I know my friend, even if you give him $1 billion, he wasn't going to shift his ground. And so, for the governor of Edo State, who said that the youth of Nigeria and those supporting Obi will soon run out of steam, he made a very, very big mistake. The energy that they have is even much more right now. They know that Nigerians are out to ensure that they bring into the House of Assemblies across Nigeria Labour Party candidates. And that is what I am now reinforcing, telling you as a Nigerian. Whether in Edo State, in Delta State, in Rivers State, much as Wike has undermined your votes in the presidential elections, those in Lagos State, those in Ondo State, all across Nigeria, I'm challenging you come Saturday to go out and vote. Vote for the Labour Party, because if you want Nigeria to change, you must destroy the structures of corruption, structures of injustice, structures of election rigging that have been in place, that the APC and PDP have built over these years. You must destroy them. And how do you destroy them? You destroy them by voting candidates who have not been involved in those things, who are in no way connected to these two political parties. You vote in the Labour Party and other candidates from the newer parties. That is what you are going to do. That is the only way we can destroy their structures of evil. That is the only way we can bring newness to Nigeria. Because the advantage of this is that if you know that a candidate is not performing, then you will initiate a recall process. It will be easier for you to initiate a recall process. After you won the candidate, after you've spoken to the candidate maybe once or twice, and he or she is not changing and working towards the progress of the areas they represent, then it will be easier for you to initiate a recall process. Before this time, that has not been the case. A godfather somewhere in the APC or PDP has been determining things. So they have always frustrated calls like this as long as they are benefiting. But we want a new Nigeria. And the only way we can see a new Nigeria is for us to vote in candidates who the people can call to attention, who we know that they are being in that position is because of the vote the people gave to them. And because of that, they will be very conscious of their conduct while in those offices. So my challenge to you as a Nigerian, if you want a new Nigeria, on Saturday for the House of Assembly elections, for the state governorship elections, go out and vote massively for the Labour Party. I'm very happy that Peter Obi right now is the only presidential candidate who is still going out to campaign in the states for the Labour Party candidates. And so Nigerians, you must not give up on this fight. To my second subject in this particular video, it has to do with Dele Alake's statement. Dele Alake was a former commissioner in Lagos who worked with Baba.Ahmed Tinubu. He served in Lagos State, and that is why he's a die-hard supporter of Baba.Ahmed Tinubu. And despite the dirtiness, despite the sham elections that we have had as a people, you will still hear Dele Alake try to intimidate people, try to call them all kinds of names because of the fact that he's a beneficiary of the Baba.Ahmed Tinubu so-called generosity. Because he and many others, because they benefited from Baba.Ahmed Tinubu, they would do anything possible. And his recent statement, when he said that Peter Obi will go down in history as the most dangerous politician in Nigeria, is what I'm commenting on. He said that Peter Obi has divided Nigerians along religious and ethnic lines. That statement makes me laugh, because if we look at Peter Obi, the support base of Obi is not even among the Igbos. The greatest support base that Peter Obi has is probably from Edo State. And the same, if you look at Plateau State, the support for Peter Obi is massive. So if it has to do with ethnicity, his greatest support will be from the Igbo states, the states from the east. Obi has always said during his campaigns, do not vote for me because I'm an Igbo man. Vote for me because I have character, I have competence, and I have capacity to lead you as a leader. These are the 3 C's that Peter Obi has always projected. Peter Obi never came to say Emi Lokon. Peter Obi never came to say Yoruba Lokon. Peter Obi never came to say Omowani. Peter Obi campaigned on a slogan of objectivity. So, how can he say that Peter Obi will go down as the most dangerous politician in Nigeria? Those who promoted the Muslim ticket, what will you call that? Bola Tinubu is a Muslim. His running mate is a Muslim, a die-hard Muslim, a sympathizer of Boko Haram. So what will you call that? Even Ganduje, the governor of Kano State, was even calling the Islamic clerics across Nigeria to come to Kano because there was an Islamic jihad on the way. So what will you call that? So for Dele Alake, you see, right now, Nigerians have become more enlightened more than ever before. This is not the time that you guys played the tricks of trying to manipulate the mindset of Nigerians. Because Nigerians are intelligent people. You people have, over the years, oppressed them. You people have, over the years, lied to them and manipulated them. But that no longer can hold in 2023. The times have changed. This is 2023. And you should understand that. Thank God for Peter Obi. Because if Peter Obi was not in this presidential race, who would they have chosen? What would have been the choice for them? Is it Bola-Ahmed Tinubu or Atiku Abubakar? So we are happy to see the likes of Peter Obi. Because the combination of Peter Obi and Yusuf Dati Baba.Ahmed shows Nigerians that they have a hope for the future. Because these are men who we can say are the least compromised based on their history, based on precedents. Yes, you can say that Peter Obi will go down as the most dangerous politician because he's coming to into Nigerian politics, has destroyed everything that you people have celebrated before. Mediocrity, rigging, corruption, thuggery, oppression. His coming has destroyed those things. For the last 15 years or so, could any candidate have gone to Lagos State and win with a landslide? That would have been unheard of. But today he has broken that evil hand over Lagos State, where one man had called the shot for over 15 years, where a single individual determines how the state resources will be utilized, where a state that generates over 50 billion naira monthly remains the biggest debtor in Nigeria. How is that so? Thank God. We are grateful that God made Peter Obi move to the Labour Party. He went to a neutral ground, and that made his candidacy more credible. Peter Obi is supported by Muslims and Christians and non-Christians alike. So your statement, Dele Alake, holds no water. And for Daddy Freeze, who after the elections in Lagos said that he believes that Labour Party rigged because Banky W lost his position in Etiosa local government to an unknown candidate, I'll say it's a pity, because some of those you thought will understand the new wave that is sweeping across Nigeria are still at the back end. Let me educate you a bit. You see, when Nigerians voted, take for example in my ward, in the units, the call was all the way, Labour Party all the way. I did not know the candidate I was voting for, but the drive for Nigerians was to vote out those who are part of the established parties that have brought Nigeria to this state of embarrassment and sordidness. That was exactly what happened at the units. So the same thing happened in Etiosa local government area. Nigerians wanted a break from APC and PDP. So whether you were unknown, there was a keke driver. So the state our nation is going to now is not because of, we are not voting for you because of who you are or where you are coming from. Like Aisha Yusufu will say, Nigeria, we want a Nigeria where the sons of nobody, so-called nobody, will be regarded as somebody. That is the beautiful Nigeria we are all looking for today. And that was what happened in Etiosa local government area. And that is what's going to happen on Saturday, by God's grace, across Nigeria. Those who they say are the sons and daughters of nobody, because they have subverted these people, they have oppressed them over the years, while at the same time amassing wealth for themselves, and they regard themselves as the so-called somebodies. But the nobodies are going to be the somebodies in Nigeria. The terrain is changing. And so, for the likes of Alake, the likes of Daddy Freeze, the likes of all those in the so-called APC, PCC, or whatever they call themselves, you have to wake up to the reality. Nigeria is changing. Nigerians have woken up from their slumber and the spell that has been put over them over these years. Because they want a new Nigeria, they are just fed up. So, my people, as I conclude this video, it's a challenge to you. It is you who is going to determine how Nigeria is going to be run in the next 4 years. I voted in presidential elections. I waited till the votes were counted. I recorded the counting of the votes. You can see one of the videos or two of the videos on my channel. So that is the same challenge I'm passing across to you. After voting, you can go stroll around, but make sure you stay at the polling units. Make sure you are part of the counting. Make sure you record the process of the counting. Because if you look at the videos that I posted, and if you go to the servers now, you will see that the figures match. So, if you want to see the same thing for all the units across Nigeria, you've got to pay that price. When you vote, do not leave. Ensure that you are there for the counting of the votes. Ensure that you record the counting of the votes. Ensure that you see when those figures are being transmitted to the collation centers. And also ensure that what has been transmitted tallies with what you have recorded, what you have observed at the polling units. That is my challenge to you, Nigerians. A beautiful Nigeria, a new Nigeria is possible. But the fight is not going to be easy. Stick in that fight. No matter what we are going through right now as a country, a beautiful Nigeria will emerge. May God bless you. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Amen.